Hello there and welcome to today's video in which I'm making not one but two little polymer portraits, and it's of Jeremy and Mark from PEEP SHOW, of course known to their fans as the Eldude brothers. And if you've not seen PEEP SHOW, I heartily recommend that you go check it out. It's on Netflix at the moment, or certainly the UK version. I'm not sure if it's in the US, but maybe if you're based in the US, let me know below if it's on your Netflix too. But it's just a really funny series that lasted for a number of years actually, through the early 2000s. So yeah, go and check it out if you haven't seen it already, and let's go see how I get on. So I'm going to start by making the heads, and first up it's Jeremy, and I think to make it a little sort of clearer as we go on, because obviously I'm making two models this week, I think I'm going to put more of an onus on Jeremy, as I think he'll be the slightly more interesting model. It will just make it a little less confusing, I think, from sort of jumping from one model to the other too often. So I chose PEEP SHOW this week because basically it's a series that we've been rewatching for the last few months, and I think this is probably the third time round that I've seen it, and it's just so great. I think in terms of comedy from the late 90s and early 2000s, I think people mention Spaced and Father Ted maybe an awful lot, and PEEP SHOW rarely gets a mention, and I find it quite interesting really, because I've been looking into some facts about PEEP SHOW obviously this week, and it's Channel 4's longest ever running comedy series in its entire history. It started in 2003 and lasted right up until 2015. So gosh, that's a whole lot of TV show, isn't it? And I think they managed to get 54 episodes in, which is an astonishing amount of TV series when you consider the quality of the entire project really, because I think the final series is just as good as the first. So it's really rare, isn't it, when you get a really long running programme. Often goes downhill after a few series, but yeah, they just kept it consistent. It's really sort of bang on the money all the time. So yeah, I'd really recommend you go and seek it out if you haven't seen it already. It does rely on quite sort of odd humour, so I think you'll know within the first sort of episode or two whether it's going to be for you or not really, but yeah, I love it. And in case you're wondering why it's called PEEP SHOW, basically it's filmed in a really unique way, because every camera angle that you'll see is basically filmed from the point of view of one of the characters or players in the show. So it really does kind of feel quite intense at times. It relies on a lot of kind of close-ups, and yeah, that can be a little jarring at first, but you soon get used to it really. I hardly notice it anymore, because I've just sort of seen it so often. But yeah, it was really innovative in its way of filming. I think it was originally going to be called POV or Point of View, but I think the makers thought that was kind of too odd a title really, so they went with PEEP SHOW. And it's just made me think actually of all the kind of TV series or comedy series that I'd like to make at some point. I really have enjoyed Staff Let's Flats over recent months or the last couple of years. It's really funny as well, but there's just loads of them, isn't there? And incidentally, I am planning to make Tim and Daisy from Spaced at some point, maybe this year. I have made them before, but that was some years ago now, so I think they're overdue a remake really, and Colin the dog, no doubt. But anyway, it's been quite the challenging week at claydisarray. Basically our boiler went up at the weekend, so Oh crikey, it's been such a challenge. It's always the coldest week, isn't it, when your boiler decides to break down. So, oh god, that was, yeah, not a lot of fun. But thankfully we were able to get, well, a new boiler sorted within a few days. So that was kind of nice, but it's meant that I couldn't record any sort of ambient noises this week for the video. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have appreciated the electric fan heater along with the constant banging putting in a new boiler. So yeah, that wasn't a whole lot of fun. So for Jeremy's outfit, I need to make a camouflage jacket, and it's in a similar vein to the jacket that I made for Rodney from Only Fools and Horses. It's basically just a case of getting some green clay and adding on some brown pieces along with some beige, and then it's just a case of putting it through the pasta machine really until you get a result that you're happy with. But it does actually take quite some time to, you know, get there really. I'm really struggling actually to decide on an upload day, because I'm fully aware that my uploads have all been a bit random recently, and I suspect a lot of subscribers tend to prefer a regular upload day. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do really, because I've got a thing called a TubeBuddy extension on my creative studio in YouTube, but it keeps giving me different guidance for the best upload days really. So it keeps jumping between Mondays, Fridays, the occasional Thursday. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do on that one really. But if you have a YouTube channel and you have a regular day, I'd love to know how you were able to deduce what day to go for. I am aware that Friday late afternoons tends to be a popular choice for a lot of YouTube creators, but I just think, you know, as a small channel, it's really difficult to try and get your videos noticed. So what I don't want to do is to basically upload at the busiest time that I possibly can do. So yeah, it's all about trying to, you know, attract as many people as possible to see your work really. So yeah, let me know what you think anyway. So anyway, here's me adding some hair to Mark, and he's got a very kind of straight-laced hairdo. It's basically quite a severe side parting really. And moving on to Jeremy, I actually had a bit of a nightmare really trying to do Jeremy's hair, because this was the first attempt and I soon realised that the hair here is just too dark really. He's got quite a light sort of blondie mousy colour, so I reworked that. And here they are all done, and I'm really happy with these. It's been a long time coming actually in making Mark and Jeremy, so I'm really pleased that I was able to get the time this week. I'm really keen to make some more TV show characters at some point, but yeah, I have to say I really enjoyed making these two this week, even though, you know, it was all a bit of a nightmare at home with the boiler and everything. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like if you got this far, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.